In your view, what makes PS Senior unique among schools in Chennai?
Personally, I feel every school is unique in one way or the other. Coming to PS, which is very special to all of us, it can transform an apparently ordinary student into an extraordinary one by sheer hard work, both by the teachers as well as the students. That is what I feel is the uniqueness about our school.
What do you hope a student remembers about PS Senior decades after leaving the campus, ma'am?
About the students, right? Yes. I think the personalized attention and the individual care that was extended to them, I think they will always remember it. Hmm? Because many students have come back and told me what difference many teachers, they have referred many teachers starting from primary, even KG, up to 12th. So many of them, how in a small little ways made a difference to their lives. I think that makes all the difference.
What moment do you cherish the most in the school's history, ma'am?
That A is little tricky because there are hundreds. Okay. In the history of PS Senior, that is also there. You have underlined that word. So history, I think it can be traced back to 1976. So I will start with that year to begin with. I was one of the, first year or initial recruitees, teachers who were recruited. And about a day before the school was going to start, I mean the first class of PS Senior, management, P.C. Shekhar and all those people asked me that these slokas are to be chanted every day in the assembly and we need to tune it. And then I said, I can. Not a great exponent in music or anything, with a little ability. I tried to do it, but I was not fully satisfied. I thought given time I could have done a better job consulting some experts and all that. But after that, when we trained the children and in the assembly, all the 265 children at the first year's trained, when all of them chanted it, it was a very thrilling experience for me. And, each time when I hear the PS Senior prayer, it does something to me because there's a belongingness to that prayer. Similarly, the special prayer that we sing during the occasion, that too Mrs. Alamelu entrusted the job to me and one Mrs. Vasanta. She was the Hindi teacher. And both of us tuned and we sang for her. She said, very good, we will take it up. So these are small little things like the names of the houses. Miss Tangam asked that we had to have decided the house name. Then I wanted to link the color with the name. I thought gems are the best. Then I said ruby, emerald, sapphire. I got stuck. The fourth one I didn't get. Then immediately Mrs. Hema Ramanathan, another teacher, very senior teacher, she immediately said sapphire, I mean tapas. So that is how the house names were a kind of selected. Oh, these are very small things compared to the great achievements of PS Senior. But to me, there is some kind of, emotional attachment to these small little things. There are many others that I still cherish.
If you had to describe our school in one word, what would it be and why?
I would say rooted in values, driven by excellence. PS is more than a school.
So, what do you wish remains a constant in PS Senior in the future?
I think it is the vision and mission of the founding fathers to serve the community in and around Mylapore by giving high quality, affordable education. I think that should continue.
Our school now has a record of having 4 successive principals clinching the national award. Could you please comment on that one?
I think it's a unique privilege. I'm sure all of you will agree. Uh, I don't know what to say. There are so many factors which are contributed to what has happened, I would say, consecutively. That is the without a break. There is something wonderful, makes every one of us very happy and I would say elated. See, of course, the fundamental, or I mean, say the primary factor, uh, I presume, it is the personal, achievements, accolades, and the dedication, hard work of the principals. And for the principles to blossom, you definitely need, I would say, a catalyst, right? And that was and is the management of PSC India, because they encouraged, empowered, and enhanced the administrative and the academic pursuits of the principals in one way or the other. I mean, for me, to be personally, I was only an undergraduate when I joined PS. But all my education continued after I joined PS Senior and for the sake of PS Senior Secondary School. So, it's all because of management that today, if I am somebody in the field of education, it's because of the encouragement and the support and the guidance which I received from the management. And even for the other principals, I'm sure they will all agree that trust the management reposed in the principles. That gives tremendous confidence, right? So it leads you to do what is right because that's what is expected. Time bound action and high level of integrity, time management, principles, compassion, all this were expected of us. And I think more or less, I think we have satisfied the community. And maybe that is the reason this is happening. More above that, I may not sound very rational, but I think that principal chair is very blessed, blessed by the distinguished founding fathers. And one more to add, that chair is magical.
Could you recall the day that you learned that you would be receiving the national award from the Augustine Myth? The atmosphere of that day, how you felt when it was announced.
Can you repeat the question?
Could you recall the day that you learned that you would be receiving the national award from the President Moon? How that day was when you learned?
National award.
Yeah, your national award, me.
Okay. See, that, it is not a very happy moment at that time. See, my husband had passed away uh, at that time, when the whole thing happened. And I was not in a happy mood, nor did I expect any award or any recognition because I was in a totally different mood at that time. But I think on the August, yes, correct, August 12th or 13th, I think, or 13th, or around the 15th, before the Independence Day, I'm sure about it. I got a call from the landline. I called in the landline saying, I'm Mr. Bharadwaj, IAS from Delhi, Ministry of Education. I was wondering, how did he know my husband? And I thought he was calling for some other purpose. Then he said, congratulations, ma'am, you are getting the national award. So it was a very mixed feeling at that moment. I was not sad, I was very happy. But at the same time felt sad that my husband was not there to share this happy news. So my getting the national award was not that kind of a celebration in my mind, though the school and my colleagues and my students did everything possible to make me happy. So I will never forget that.
What was the most memorable moment in your tenure as a chemistry teacher in the school?
There are hundreds of them, maybe thousands. Okay. See, teaching is a very challenging and complex job. As teachers, we don't actually realize it. So sometimes we have our highs, lows, sometimes happy, sometimes depressed that the students are not studying. And I now go looking back, why did I take it so personally? Well, I didn't do well in chemistry. Chemistry is not that important in life later, unless you are going to be in the career as a chemist or chemistry professor. But at that time, we want everybody to do well in chemistry, everybody to excel and all that. So that was there, always working in the mind as a chemistry teacher. And whenever I find, a happy nod in my students, a smile in their face, a sparkle in the eyes of, communicating to me, they have internalized the concept. All those were very thrilling moment for a teacher. Just to share, a joke situation. I was with the class 12 students after an excursion from Kodaikanal, and the bus was coming down the hill. And then one of the naughty boys said, "Ma'am, what will happen if the bus falls into the deep pit on the left hand side?" Then the two, three of them, they always make very jovial, very close. They said, "Nothing will happen. Mr. Srivatsan will make us all sit in the pit and start teaching kinetics. And she will ask the question, how much of activation energy is required now to climb up and sit in the bus?" This will be the question. So that means, that there is something more than, teaching for the examination or marks. So I mean, I felt, I didn't take it as a, uh, any kind of insult or anything. I felt very happy. Even while making fun, they are connecting me with my job and my duty. uh, and that too with a chapter which was very close to my heart. That's kinetics. So I think, these are so small moments. And another thing, this, I think it was in 1986. I'm not very good at numbers. Uh, I got a letter from one student called Ramesh. He was a very quiet student, quite on the average, like a 60, 65 range marks. In August, he wrote a letter to me. And the wrote started, "Ma'am, I'm very happy to inform you that I've joined the Manipal Medical College." The next line was interesting. "Swaminathan and Lakshmanan getting into IIT was no surprise to us or to you. But me getting into a medical college is entirely because of you. Your encouragement, your teaching, and your guidance." So that was, I thought, for a chemistry teacher. But this didn't happen while I was teaching. All these elating moments came after the children leave the school and come back and give us the feedback. See, I think the last year or so, the present director of IIT Madras, Professor Kamakoti, in one of the functions arranged with the Rotary, as he was talking, the previous speaker was talking about her teacher. He suddenly started saying, "I also have to mention about my teacher, Mrs. Vijayalakshmi Srivatsan, who taught me chemistry. And if she was a very important factor who helped me in my academic pursuits." A person like him, of his stature and, position, acknowledging what happened years back when he was in 12th standard, I thought was a very rewarding moment for me. But I can tell you all this things, naturally, I am sure, even if the present students, you may not know what difference the teachers are making or doing it for you. But later, when you mature, I think the value of teachers may be uh, realized little more.
You were the principal of our school during its Silver Jubilee celebrations, ma'am. Could you please share your experience about the same?
That was a really eventful year. That too, it happened soon after I took charge as a principal. So that was really a challenge because there are so many things. My learning curve was very steep at that year. And of course, the management, our correspondent at that time, it was Mr. Jagannathan. So they gave us a lot of guidance, and some ideas were there in my own mind. And we discussed, we had the senior teacher, the vice principal, the faculty heads, all of them helped me a lot. And what we then decided not to have any special programs because, as you know, the school calendar is always filled with events and celebrations. Every month we will have something or the other. We thought we will scale them up every month and then call somebody, very reputed chief guest and have the whole thing program in a different way. And that we did. I think throughout the year we did, like everything was scaled up, whether it's a primary day or culturals or Euroscience science day, um, career guidance. I mean, each Independence Day, Republic Day, everything. Every month there was a big, mini annual day in the school. So it was, and then two things. One was the souvenir, collecting messages from very important people, distinguished people, connect directly and indirectly connected with the school. Then, of course, collecting the photographs, tracing the history, chronologically arranging the events, achievements. uh, And the editor, Mrs. Lakshmi Srivatsan and her team, the faculty head, they all did a wonderful job. And Mrs. Hannah Charles was then vice principal. She was with me, you know. We walked along, I would say. The whole journey was with her. Anyway, the final, uh, I would say, the valedictory function was a very grand function. And we got an opportunity to uh, felicitate our former principal, Mrs. Alamelu, and all the retired teachers have come, the teachers who left, they all were able to gather at that time. We were, able to communicate with them, and we got an opportunity to express our appreciation to each one of them. And of course, our school song, as I told you. I gave, because I am not very proficient in Tamil, I can only give ideas, right? And Mrs. Vasanta Kumari, with the help of Tengachi Swaminathan, uh, he got the lyrics done, and of course, a tune by our choir master. And that day, the final item was the school song during, and with all the students standing in the aisle with a lighted lamp, and these children on the stage singing with fervor and vigor, saying, "P.S. Senior, Valgave." I thought that was the end. Correct. I don't think I could have had a happier moment other than that.
Is there any message you would like to share with our students, ma'am?
See, I have a stock message which I use every time because the old people, they have a habit of repeating. So I am also repeating the twin strategy: hard work and more hard work. But for today's students like you may not appreciate because you would like to do smart work, right? So I would say you do hard work in a smart manner, hmm, and emerge out as capable, efficient, responsible, and compassionate PSIs. This is my message.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And in this Golden Jubilee year, I'm sure lot of activities and programs are planned, as I understand. And I congratulate the principal, the management, and all the staff members and the students. You are more important for the school than anybody else. Okay. My hearty congratulations to you. And I'm sure this program is going to be, the year-long program is going to be wonderful. And I'm sure the part of this videographing is also part of that. And I'm grateful that you remembered me and wanted me to be a part of this. Thank you.
Thank you so much.